Imagine a creature that can turn another into a zombie with just one sting. What if it chose you? This is the reality of the jewel wasp. It meticulously selects the resilient cockroach, not by chance, but because these insects make the best hosts. Unlike other wasps that might opt for caterpillars or ants, the jewel wasp targets only cockroaches. This specific choice is crucial for the wasp's reproduction, as it requires another creature's body to complete its life cycle. The process begins when the much smaller wasp quietly approaches the cockroach. It waits, almost lurking, for the perfect moment to strike. With swift precision, it injects venom straight into the cockroach's brain. This venom is carefully aimed at the parts of the brain that control the cockroach's movements and defenses. Once these areas are hit, the cockroach becomes calm and unable to resist or run away. But the venom doesn't work right away. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes to fully take effect. During this time, the wasp does something very strange and unsettling. It bites off the cockroach's antenna and tastes its blood to make sure the venom is working. This odd act helps the wasp check if the venom dose was just right. Too little, and the cockroach might wake up too soon. Too much, and it could die, ruining the wasp's plan. Once the wasp is sure the venom is working, it leads the now docile cockroach to a burrow. This part is crucial because the cockroach needs to be alive and in the right condition for what comes next. At the burrow, the wasp does another precise task. It attaches its larva to the cockroach's belly. With the larva in place, the wasp's job is almost done. It then seals the burrow to keep its offspring safe, leaving the cockroach alone in the dark. But here's where it gets even more chilling. What if the cockroach wakes up and tries to escape? The jewel wasp has thought of this too. Its venom is strong enough to keep the cockroach subdued for about 10 days, which is plenty of time for the wasp larva to hatch. During this time, the larva feeds on the living cockroach, growing and developing until it's ready to emerge. By then, the cockroach's ability to fight back is long gone. But this isn't the worst part. The cockroach, while still alive, becomes a living nursery for the wasp's offspring, unable to do anything about it. This truly highlights the extreme strategies some creatures use to ensure their survival. Interestingly, even though cockroaches are very tough, they have no defense against this clever attack. Their usual ways of protecting themselves don't work against the wasp's smart method of control. The jewel wasp's technique is a brutal but effective way to make sure its larvae have a safe and nutritious start in life, even though it's at the cost of the cockroach. This situation between the wasp and the cockroach shows just how complex and harsh survival in nature can be. But here's the real kicker. Despite their toughness and resilience, cockroaches are no match for the jewel wasp's precise and terrifying strategy. In nature, animals must constantly adapt to survive. Cockroaches are a prime example, developing clever ways to defend themselves against wasps. These tiny battles are filled with tension and drama, each encounter a fight for survival. When a wasp approaches, the cockroach knows it's in danger. It doesn't fight directly, but turns sideways to protect its head and stretches its legs to strike. These hits are powerful and aimed at the wasp's head. Usually, after about 5 hits, the wasp retreats. But this is just the beginning of their tense confrontation. Cockroaches also rely on their incredible speed. When a wasp tries to sting, the cockroach can quickly pivot. This sudden movement can make the wasp miss or grab a less critical part of its body. This nimble maneuver might just give the cockroach a chance to break free. The legs of a cockroach are armed with spiny protrusions, turning them into natural weapons. If the wasp manages to climb onto the cockroach, these legs become the cockroach's last line of defense. The spiny legs can fend off or even kill the wasp. But imagine the suspense as the cockroach struggles to shake off its deadly foe. But this isn't the worst part. Often, the most effective strategy is simply to run. The cockroach knows that staying might mean death. By fleeing, it can avoid the wasp's venomous sting, which could be fatal. If the venom enters the cockroach's system, especially its brain, the usual defenses become useless. The wasp's venom is particularly sinister. It targets the brain cells that trigger the cockroach's instinct to escape. Normally, these cells would make the cockroach sense danger and flee. However, the wasp's attack is methodical. It first paralyzes the cockroach's front legs by injecting venom into its chest. This is followed by a more potent venom delivered to the brain, containing compounds similar to dopamine. These compounds create a state of disorientation, stripping away any sense of fear. Under the influence of this venom, the cockroach becomes eerily docile. It no longer recognizes the wasp as a predator. This manipulation is so complete that the cockroach doesn't resist as the wasp attaches its larva to its body. The venom effectively switches off the cockroach's survival instincts, making it a puppet in the wasp's reproductive cycle. But this isn't the worst part. These defensive maneuvers showcase the cockroach's ability to evolve and refine its survival tactics against a relentless enemy. From aggressive retaliation to strategic retreat, every tactic highlights the intricate dance of predator and prey. This ongoing struggle is a testament to the complex interactions in the natural world. However, the story doesn't end here. As wasps evolve, so do cockroaches. Each adaptation leads to new strategies and counter-strategies, intensifying this natural battle. The suspense never wanes, as both predator and prey are locked in a continuous fight for survival. The wasp's venom does more than just control the cockroach's mind. It also slows down the cockroach's body to keep it alive longer for the wasp's larvae. The venom reduces the cockroach's metabolism, cutting down its oxygen use and energy production. This means the cockroach's body functions slow down or stop entirely, its body cools, and its heartbeat slows. This keeps the cockroach a fresh host for the growing wasp larvae. In nature, controlling the minds of prey is not unique to this wasp. About 130 other wasp species use similar tactics, targeting the nervous systems of their prey. This isn't just something insects do, it's a universal principle seen across many species, even humans. For example, human scientists use a technique called transcranial magnetic stimulation. This temporarily disrupts motor functions and speech. Professor Vincent Walsh uses this method to help treat severe depression and improve mood, showing how precise neural control can be. Both wasp venom and this brain stimulation show how targeting certain brain functions can change behavior. In experiments, using electrodes on humans can control limb movements. One funny experiment had one person's hand movements controlling another's hand, making simple tasks like drinking water surprisingly tricky. But this wasn't the worst part. In nature, we see even stranger examples of control. The Massospora fungus infects cicadas and changes their behavior to spread its spores during mating. Various parasitic wasps have amazing methods to ensure their young survive. For instance, the Agriotypus wasp can stay underwater for a long time to lay its eggs on caddisfly larvae. Another fascinating case is the antlion, known for its sand traps that catch ants. But the Lasiocalcidia wasp cleverly avoids these traps to lay its eggs, showing a daring survival strategy. The Costa Rican parasitoid wasp goes further by changing a spider's behavior to spin stronger webs for its cocoon. This ensures the web holds up even in bad weather. Some wasps trick spiders by pretending to be vulnerable, only to attack and attach their eggs once the spider regains mobility. But this wasn't the worst part. These natural events show the complex and sometimes harsh strategies organisms use to survive. Whether it's venom that takes over bodily functions or fungi that manipulate behavior, nature is full of intricate interactions where control and survival are tightly linked. Each strategy, from subtle biochemical changes to dramatic behavioral shifts, highlights the powerful impact of these control mechanisms in shaping life on Earth. The more we learn about these natural processes, the more we understand the incredible ways life adapts and survives in the wild. Thanks for exploring these wild survival strategies with us. If you found these stories about nature's manipulators interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Wondering how these tactics might have shaped the evolution of their hosts? Share your thoughts below.